everybody, welcome to the second episode of the Road to Nationals, whatever you want to call it. We are here, Northwest Indiana. It's right outside Chicago. I say I live in Chicago because everybody knows where Indiana is. We are going to train chest today. As you can see, I'm wearing my breast cancer awareness shirt from Dragon Pharma, being that it is October, so I figured train boobs, support the cause. I feel like it's fitting. Just got done pouring my pre-workout here. Did a scoop of the Veins, the Mr. Veins, the big scoop, and then I did a scoop of the ATP. So that's about it. We're gonna hit the bike, get some blood flow before I train, and get straight to business.
Give me a second, I'm trying to select the appropriate weapon. Watch where you stepping, them snakes all around, you know they connected.
Alright, so I'm going to give you guys a brief insight on my pre-workout and intra-workout supplementation from Dragon Pharma. So first, I do a big scoop of the Mr. Veins. This is probably my favorite pre-workout. A lot of times I'll mix it with the Venom, which is a more higher stim, but I'm feeling really good today. My energy is good, so I usually only use my high stim for days like that. So I do a big scoop of the Mr. Veins here. And what I like about this is that it's got urea jurensis, which is an ingredient that is much like DNA, except it doesn't have that real harsh crash to it. So you get a real good euphoric feeling, elevated mood, hyper focus, and then you get a really good pump in there because it's got 6 grams of citrulline in there. And then I also always put in the ATP Force. This has got a really nice dose of taurine. It's got a whole gram in there. But ultimately it's got creapure and the Elevate ATP, which is an exogenous form of adenosine triphosphate that allows, well, I shouldn't say exogenous, it allows your body to create ATP energy on its own. So very effective. If you guys are using like clenbuterol or anything like that in prep, this is a really good one to use because usually that depletes your taurine levels, and this has got a nice serving of taurine. So you'll notice a nice energy difference in this one when you guys are in prep and you're real low in calorie deficit and everything. So really solid product. And probably I would say probably my favorite is the Dr. Fear. I do this a couple times a day, but the peach guava is my favorite. This is an essential amino acid formula. I do 2 scoops while I train. It also has a Pico 2 blend. It's a patented organic mushroom blend that helps with like cortisol and allowing your body to adapt to kind of whatever you have thrown at it, whether it be training, oxidative stress, mental stress, everything. So really good for cortisol management. And then it also has a really good hydration blend in here, not just with coconut water powder, but also your key electrolytes as well. So that's, I feel like that plays a pivotal role in your performance while you train, because if you're sweating a lot, you're depleting those minerals, those electrolytes, and those are a huge component of performance, contraction, recovery, everything. So really just a very well-rounded product. I love this one a lot. So I always mix that in with this guy. Little funny story, I always used to think these were really stupid, and I never liked them, but I would typically use a shaker cup, and I would always drink all my fluid from my shaker. So this is like half of a gallon, maybe give or take. So it really keeps me honest. I gauge that I need to try and drink this throughout my entire workout, and since I've been doing that, my water intake throughout the day, I've noticed a much different look in the way my muscles look throughout the day, fuller, everything. So if you guys are lacking water, lacking hydration, be sure that you stay on point with that. It's important.
When I was a kid, my grandmama told me I can't go to heaven, so I stopped praying and asking for blessings and started preparing for my Armageddon. Got nothing to lose, I'm all in. Walking the edge, don't fall in. Enough of the lies, don't apologize. I don't understand, are you foreign? This is the place, this is the site. Grab all your people and log in. I'm waiting, don't care how long it's gonna take. Watching and waiting for that first mistake. Don't come up missing, don't get it twisted. I'm not Rihanna, but boy, you a gunner, you right on my hit list. Keep on my distance, just checking the list. I'm always aware if you come in position. I just
All right, so first movement out of the gates, did this hammer strength flat press. There's actually a couple ways of doing it, but I did the regular way today. Worked up to 4 plates. Not feeling particularly strong, being a few weeks out. Strength is relative, so I'm not necessarily chasing numbers. If I normally do 4 plates and a quarter, I'm not going to sit there and try to get 4 plates and a quarter if it's only going to be for a few times, where normally it's 8 or 9. So scale back on the weight, make sure I'm getting quality reps. You have to train somewhat on the cautious side when you're close to prep. So I did a few working sets here, pretty much till I couldn't get any more reps with it. Mechanical failure, if you will. And then my last set, I did a double drop set. Did 4 plates, 3 plates till I couldn't do anymore, 2 plates till I couldn't do anymore. So real quick, you guys can see I'm not using a handle. A couple things with a fly or cable fly is a lot of times they go up really high. So first I lowered it to my height, because you think if you're doing a crossover like this, but the tension is coming from a higher point, it's got to put a lot of strain on the shoulder. So you kind of want to have it a little bit lower to where your elbow is following the path of the cable, and that's just going to be a little bit more direct on the chest. Kind of like how you stay behind a bench press with your elbows behind the bar. Kind of the same concept. But without the handles, this, I feel like it makes me pull across a little more rather than having a full grip and having my hand this way. I just get more of an inner chest movement or inner chest stimulation from it. So it's harder that way. Can't do as much weight, but if it's harder, I feel like it's probably, there's a reason for it. So I alternate between doing it this way or using the prime handles. Just different variations. I'm not saying it's better than the other, but just explaining my reasoning behind it. So you guys remember too, when you're pulling them together, think about pulling your entire arm across rather than just squeezing your hands and pulling your hands together. It may look the same, but mechanically it's much different. You're going to get a much greater stimulation through the pec, especially at a shortened state, which is where it's at weakest. That inner part of the chest, the further you come across, the more the inner chest is going to get worked.
Coming alive. Heat of the night. Now is the time. Don't try to hide, 'cause I'm gonna harm you like a
They say 130, but they're definitely 200. They're definitely 200. So, this is what I was talking about. 130s, I pump them out 10, 12, 15 reps. That was a very, very pathetic, well, like 6. So, I'm not gonna get pissed off. I'm not gonna get all worked up. This is expected in prep. Calorie deficient. You're freaking doing a ton of cardio. Energy expenditure is higher. So these are things you have to anticipate. So what I'm gonna do, scale back on the weight, make sure I get better reps, not just quantity, but better quality reps, and go from there. The chest is still working. It's the energy that is lacking. So don't feel like if you're not going heavier as you usually do that you're not going to get as good of a workout. So I'll drop down to hundreds or 35s and make it hard. 10-foot walk constitutes as 2 reps.
You pull up in cars, you act like it's yours, but we know that just rent it. Benefited it now, we the ones that your mommy wants you about. Should've stayed in the house, don't open your mouth. We lurk in the swamps like we in the south, so count your days. Hold up, let me count the ways you gon' pay. When I spot you, I'm coming straight through to your face, no foreplay. So don't come up missing, don't get it twisted. I'm not Rihanna, but boy, you a gunner, you right on my hit list. Keeping my distance, just checking the listings. I'm always aware of your current position. I just
Quick note, that was for theatrics. I don't do that regularly.
coming alive. Heat of the night. Now is the time. Don't try to hide, 'cause I'm gonna hold you like
So this dip machine, unique. You can adjust the handles, how further out they go or back. So you really put a good amount of tension on the chest. The only thing that sucks is the stack itself is moderately heavy, so put a pin on here, which I don't normally like to do, but have to today. So good movement though. If you guys are trying to train chest and you're doing like a hammer dip or any kind of dip machine, one of the biggest factors is elbow positioning. Elbows out is going to be more chest. Elbows in is going to be more triceps. There's obviously more to that, but just kind of a common, kind of a easy way to start things off as a base in terms of what muscle you're targeting. This will be our last movement here. I would like to do a regular pec deck, but this asshole's been on here for 20 minutes and doesn't look like he's leaving anytime soon, so I'm gonna have to settle with this senior citizen of the machine. But yeah, 5 movements for the day, and it doesn't take much for me to, it might be done, it doesn't take much for me to get my chest completely exhausted. He's gone now, so we're gonna go over there. So yeah, so I'll stick with 4 or 5 movements, and that's really it, you know. Stimulate, not annihilate.
I know you thought it was over. I know you thought it was finished. I know you think I'm a cynic, but you know this only business. People act different as soon as you win it, man. I know this shit ain't no different. You pull up in cars, you act like it's yours, but we know that they just rent it. Benefit of the doubt, we the ones that your mommy wants. You a bitch, should've stayed in the house. Don't open your mouth, we lurk in the swamps like me in the south. So count your days. Hold up, let me count the ways you gon' pay. When I spot you, I'm coming straight through to your face, no foreplay. So don't come up missing. Don't get it twisted. I'm not Rihanna, but boy, you a gunner. You right on my hit list. Keeping my distance. Just checking the list. I'm always aware of your position. I just hold up to
Done. Chest days suck because I'm really good at connecting. So literally 4 movements. If I do them hard, I'm cashed. But mentally, I want to keep on going. But it just doesn't make any sense because I can't even like really flex my chest right now. So it's kind of pointless. So that's chest day. Pretty close to normally what I would do in terms of movement selection. A lot of times I'll do 2 incline movements, either like a hammer incline or dumbbell incline with like a dumbbell fly that's inclined with a band, you know, a cable crossover, a pec deck, and then usually like another 1 or 2 compound movements, whether it be the dip or like a machine press or even another dumbbell press depending. So just trying to target all parts of the chest, but I always prioritize upper pec because you never see anybody walking around with an overpowering upper chest, and that is the smallest of the 3 heads of the pec. So try and beat that little guy up and make him grow, catch up to the rest. So yeah, hope you guys got some takeaways. Like I said, movements, things that I talk about, they're not, you know, I'm not saying that they're the right way, the only way. They're just ways that I go about my training. So hopefully if you guys have some issues in yours, maybe you can use some of my techniques and get some use out of it. But so I got a week this Saturday. I have to requalify for nationals. Fingers crossed that goes well. You never know who's going to show up. Otherwise, then I'll be 3 weeks out from Miami as long as that goes well this coming weekend. So 4 weeks out yesterday. So I feel really good. 260 right now. I need to get down to like 248 probably when it's all said and done. So real watery, flat, no carbs, low energy. Strength is definitely down. I feel like a cardio bunny. So it's all good. I feel great. Thanks for watching, guys. Great response from the last video. Please feel free to comment and let us know what you would like to see more of or less of. That's what we're here for, is to try and educate you guys. So we'll see you guys next time.
I'm always aware of your current position. I just hold out to the perfect condition. Coming alive. Whoa.